extra alloys and the chance for some extra intel. So that's the reason why we take a little break from our storyline campaign, but instead go for the landed UFO, secure it, and hopefully recover all of its interiors. Here we go, gentlemen.
Menace 1-5, UFO site coordinates locked in. Move to secure the area, neutralize all hostiles.
Good. So, positive news. We started at a high ground, and the high ground is leading up to really the edge of the UFO. Like, that's... You nearly couldn't ask for better circumstances of planning an ambush. And look at that. We can really start to move forward here. Grappling hook all the way onto this little shack, just to see that everything's clear. Perfect, like it.
Okay.
So far we don't have a time pressure. That's the reason the time trigger usually starts after our first engagement, and then we need to find a solution. But for now we are fine. Robbie could even dash and still be on Overwatch, so let's move him up a little bit.
Moving to Overwatch. Affirmative. Covering now. Overwatch.
Let's remember the most dangerous enemies here were Andromedons on the one hand side, Gatekeepers, and the Codices. So we want to watch out for these guys.
Enemy patrol on the move.
Okie dokie. There's the first Codice, by the way. Codex, by the way. If it's in such a pack, together with an Andromedon and a normal trooper, I'm fine about this, because it doesn't mean that it could even open the option that the Gatekeeper is not being joined by different codices. Because Gatekeeper plus codices usually ends up in a pretty messy situation. That's the reason why I want to have them usually separated. Let's just move one more tile here. I don't want the Overwatch shot. I just want normal Overwatch. Ah, alright, so that's two different packs. I see. And currently we haven't triggered the time limits, so we might as well think about... All of this here is in vision range, so we don't want to do that. What's the chance? That's 100%, alright. I would be happy if we could go here and kind of kill them. Question from the chat: do I try to get some intel from the Skulljack? Yes, I will try to skull mine. Everything at its time, though. Currently, skull mining might be a little bit dangerous.
Moving out.
Trying to move towards the ledge, making sure that we got all of our positions covered. Trying to make sure that we don't trigger something. Robbie could go here and still Overwatch. That wouldn't be too bad. I like the idea. Yeah, an Archive. Probably needs to go into full cover without Overwatch.
On the move.
Rusticated! See you later, mate! Sleep tight. Okay, I'm going to move the sniper here, because I want to have a better vision range, and currently we haven't triggered the timer, so might as well take full advantage of our surprise round.
I'm on it. Got it covered. Nothing that I'm on it.
That's the next patrol, by the way. So it's going to be a bloody engage, if we engage them. My prediction is the area around the UFO is going to become a bloodbath after the first initial engagement. Okay, so they went inside of the house, inside of the UFO. Fair enough. Let's take a kill zone here.
This area is mine.
Watch. Affirmative. Covering now.
And let's move. These two guys won't shoot because they will remain hidden afterwards. That's the disadvantage of Ranger
Moving to Overwatch.
and Phantom.
I'm on the move.
Holding position.
Alright, but that should now trigger the Overwatch. Yeah, there we go. Solid hit. And a kill.
They're onto us.
Target neutralized.
Another solid hit. Very good. Another solid hit. Very good. Wow, executed. Good job, Rusticated. Too bad he can't see that. Look at him, Guardian, and he keeps on hitting these Overwatch shots. OMG, look at that. He keeps on shooting. Another shot, another shot, another shot.
Went off the armor.
He should have seen that. His tune just went completely crazy.
That won't do it. Menace 1-5, we just picked up an outbound signal coming from the UFO. It's some kind of distress beacon. You need to get inside that ship and shut down the signal before they send their whole fleet after us.
Okay, so there is an Overwatch still present. What is the chance of haywiring protocoling this guy here? %, or disable for 86%. I think I'm going to go with the disable for this turn. But let's use our actions accordingly, shall we? So first of all, 8 protocol. 8 protocol on Archive, so he can take a shot even after he moved and did his actions. And in case we can't stun him, he'll be the one who takes the Overwatch shot Together with threat assessment, he's still considered to be in full cover. Now Haywire protocol for a stun afterwards, so we just take him out for 1 round. And I want to move Arkiv here to just open up this whole flank with a grenade, kill the Codex and kill the shield bearer, plus damage this guy as well. So here we go. Disable worked, and the disable also gets rid of the Overwatch. That was so I'm very positively surprised about Guardian and how Rusticated just did this. He had 4 Overwatch shots if I'm not mistaken. He killed 1. He got the shield bearer super low, effectively bringing him into lethal range. And here we could get rid of most of the cover, plus kill both of these guys. So yeah. Plus Arkiv will be on Overwatch afterwards, because he has the threat assessment. Yeah, there we go. We just open ourselves also another pass into the UFO. And Arkiv got himself finally his promotion to Corporal. Well done, bro. Well done. Let us continue by using our 3 shots. Definitely want to get rid of the Codex, that's for sure. It dodged. So you always need to calculate additional damage. It's not enough to just use a pistol. I did this mistake in the past and I often deeply regretted it. We could drop a bomb and afterwards take a shot. If we drop a bomb, this guy would die. Alternatively, we can get rid of the cover here. I'm not sure if the cover would really be removed though. So that's unlikely. Let's get rid of 1 person at a time. So I'm trying to open the UFO as much as we can here. There is a potential new entrance into the UFO now. Arkiv has the salvo option, so we can take just another shot at the shell. No, we can't, so I'm just using his mimic beacon then for this round. Just want to make sure we use as much damage as we can, because we only have 6 rounds, so I guess it's no longer going to be scouting time, but instead we want to make sure that we use all the damage available here.
No problem, boss. They've got eyes on me.
No, we didn't crit. I'm not sure about losing alloys if you start damaging the UFO. That's still to be discovered. The logic says yes, but here's my logic about it. The landed UFO missions are some of the hardest missions because you have a timer and you have a very clutched alien play. So the way I see it is, I want to make sure that we flawlessly ace the mission and that we don't lose too many soldiers or resources. The little bit of alloys are not worth it at this moment in time. I think we have 250 alloys left over, so I don't really care about these. And also the Delirium is more or less, yeah, we can use it from time to time, but it's simply not the game discriminating factor at that moment in time. We need a lot of intel, that's one of the things that we need, and other than that we need to make sure that we survive the missions and get the guys to colonel level. So yeah, that's really the reason for my priority. If that would be the first landed mission in the whole campaign, I might be a little bit more careful, openly speaking. Alright. Let us use some run and gun to here and see if that triggers something.
Menace 1-5, that's the distress beacon.
Plus, let's see it from the positive side. I just realized we could stand here and still see the distress beacon, which means we just need to move our specialist here and he'll have an easy time getting rid of the distress beacon, right? Solid crit.
By the numbers.
We now get the extra shot from death from above.
Let's move already.
Good job, finally a crit. And we finish off this guy. Perfect. Loving it.
Target eliminated. Burning through ammo fast. If you say so.
Let's still do this calm and controlled. So a little bit of a reload here. This mech will not be stunned for just another round. So I'm thinking about Mimic Beacon here. Just want to see who could theoretically be in range. He can't see him. The mech only has full cover. Full cover Archive in range. It has its rockets though. But all of our guys are pretty much in solid cover, so I feel we might as well suppress it and not use the beacon right away. It'll probably move, so it will get an Overwatch shot anyways, but it still retains its -50 to hit. No, it just took a shot. And that's about it. Yeah. So I guess that was the right decision. Let us shortly take a peek here.
Grapple out.
I think that here will be in vision range for him. Yes, perfect. Lovely. Look at this. Just grappled over. Small shot.
Let's do this.
We still have enough rounds, so I could go here
Okay, I'll
and
go.
help finishing this guy. Another execute. That was lucky, but we still would have had Archive here, so
Take a look at this. I'm going.
we'll get the loot next round. Just want to get everyone into in position.
Seems doable.
I'm not opening the door for now. Might be too dangerous.
Moving to Overwatch. Moving to Overwatch. Affirmative. Covering now.
4 guys on Overwatch. And now we can start going into the inside. And I want to get rid of this distress signal. So this here should be in range to block the distress signal. Yep, it is. Look at that.
Security.
We might as well have should have taken our other operative, because here could be a +20 hacking bonus. Nope. Instead it's just supplies. Let's take the 100% chance. Could have even gotten more supplies out of it, but that's fine.
I've got access. We've knocked out the alien distress signal.
So we
Looks
killed
like the
3
skies are
plus 2 plus 2. We are at 7 down, I suppose. 7 down currently. Problem with this loot here is, it is tasty, but I'm not sure if we will trigger something. We'll get it next round because we do have run and gun.
Affirmative. Covering now.
The successful hack, however, has just raised the alarm of everyone here. So that's the reason why
Ready to go.
we will probably be engaged. I'm just looking for a nice position for our sniper. Like this here wouldn't be too bad. We have all of this hallway and this hallway.
On the move!
On Overwatch.
The high ground at this moment in time unfortunately doesn't offer us too much of a good position. That's really the reason why I just moved the sniper there. Let's get the loot and then get him back to the remaining
Seems
group.
doable.
Superior laser sight is good, and the repeater is also not bad.
I've got the thing. I can handle that.
Oh yeah!
I'm on it. Back
I'm on it!
Affirmative. Covering now.
Get in!
Doesn't surprise me that they are now going to look for us. Rusticated starts with a nice hit, I like it. Wow, and another execution on an avatar, that's really nice. We do have 2 superior execution modules, so it's 15% per shot. And Roby just earned his promotion, well done bro, well done. So there is only 1 sector in there. Solid 60% shot to kill him. Yep, and that was another hit.
You can't handle me!
So given that we do have such a strong position here, I feel we might as well use some more Overwatch in our to our advantage.
Scanning.
Scanning. Holding.
So I think there is still the gatekeeper around. I would put him anywhere behind there. Let's give it one more round to see if it engages on us.
Affirmative. Covering now. I'm on it.
Maintaining position.
Seems as if it wouldn't want to come out.
Heading out.
There it is. 3 sectoids and a gatekeeper. Finally, we got our engage.
I can handle that.
So the sectoids are spread around here.
Okay.
There's no real good position for him, but we do have run and gun, which is an advantage for us, so we might as well move up here and cluster together with our remaining forces.
Location confirmed.
So yeah, that's good. Let's start with the solid acid bomb here.
Catch.
Getting rid of some of the armor of the gatekeeper. The sectors, wow, they nearly died just from, no, they are effectively dead because it will deal 3 points of damage. That's probably the reason why you don't see so many sectors at this late in the game.
Take this.
It will shred 2 more armor and also poison the gatekeeper. Yep, now it's poisoned and acided, which is a lot of damage for the gatekeeper every round. He's still dealing some suboptimal damage, to be honest. Could be much better, but yeah, whatever. Let's give one of our guys an Overwatch shot. Giving it to one of the Rangers to make sure that we maximize the damage output. The Gatekeeper will move. And threat assessment is really nice for this additional damage. Sector hit is severely beaten. Let's try to damage the gatekeeper just a little bit more. Didn't work out.
Get it together. Let's do
And
this.
last but not least, let's go for a beacon. So that's the acid burn. That's the poison. 6 damage alone from damage over time. Another reactionary shot from threat assessment. Double movement from the sector. I guess he didn't know what to do. It just double moved. That's really bad. Okay. The explosion range of the gatekeeper is larger than I would have imagined.
Ammo fast.
So yeah, a little bit damage on M42 could have been prevented.
You want some more? Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, and that's it. 16 aliens down. And we used 2 beacons, I think. Let us see what's the reward for the secure disabled UFO. I think we'll get a couple of alien alloys and probably also Alarium. Here we go. And if I'm not mistaken, we do have 2 kernel promotions.
I can't imagine the aliens.
Look at that. Both of our Grenadiers finally made it to kernel. So either saturation fire, which is a huge cone, everything in it takes damage, cover is being removed, but it uses a lot of ammunition, or secondly rupture, which is automatically critical damage, and you will get +3 damage from all of the follow-up shots. The reason why I'm not taking rupture is that we do have this on our Psi operatives, and saturation fire, I've used it in the past. It's really a well-rounded large cone which hits a lot of targets, so that is even further kind of going into the AoE nature of these guys. Rupture is nice. There's nothing wrong with having +3 damage, specifically on hard targets. But the saturation fire is just so much more damage overall, and it's a skill which you could use by its own. So yeah, that's the reason why we go for it. These guys together, at the end, Roby surpassed Archive with 75 kills, but that's a lot. Look at them. These bros have been in many missions together, and overall 150 aliens dead just by using grenades. Let's take a look at our bay here. We do have nearly all of these guys at kernels. If we look at our major ranks, some of them still need promotion. We would have a corporal here as a grenadier. Yeah, let's see whom we take on the next mission. I'm always a big fan of taking someone who still earns experience, but it needs to be reasonable. Our top project slowly making a little bit more progress, but we still have so much more time left, so I'm not worried about it.
Reading you loud and clear.
Here we would have the option for additional Elarium. That's not bad, but we currently need intel. Because without intel we can't make contact. We're just a little bit short on intel.
Avenger plotting new course.
The gas itself doesn't work on max, but all of the grenades have an initial impact damage, and that is independent of the immunities of their targets. So in other words, all of the grenades deal the initial damage, but the secondary effects are dependent on the immunity of the targets. Very good. Look at that. Domination for our second Psi-Operative. I need a little bit more time. The second one needs a little bit more time, but he's still on a good way. And there we go.
Just like the one we found the commander in.
On the surface, yes. But in function... Ah, Commander, excellent. We can begin. It is no secret that Advent soldiers possess both human and alien genetic characteristics. Preliminary analysis led me to believe that this was the result of direct modifications made to a pre-existing human host. Prisoners, or perhaps even unwitting volunteers.
See your local Advent recruiter today.
However, the reality is something else entirely. The Advent troopers at the facility we discovered, including the specimen before you, were manufactured. Each soldier possesses a unique genetic code. Predominantly human, of course, but with some fragments left open.
Left open for what?
Whatever alien DNA Advent wishes to insert. Sectoid, mutant, even the species our soldiers refer to as Berserker. In all cases, human genetic material serves as a bonding agent, holding the strands together.
Human material? You mean the stuff we found at the Black Site facility?
Precisely. The key component in their soldier manufacturing process.
So we've been fighting ourselves this entire time.
In a way. But I believe there's more to it than that. The human DNA in this specimen bears one key difference from the entirety of the sequences decoded in the Shadow Chamber. Psionic sensitivity. Given the sheer volume of strands involved, this cannot be accidental.
Screening process at the clinics. Avatar.
The potential power of a being created with this template is significant. Central. Had we not intercepted it before the process was completed...
I know, Doctor. Continue your research. Let us know if you find anything else.
All right, that was interesting. So we are getting a little bit closer to the fundamental problem here.
Our work is proceeding as expected, Commander.
Let us see. We unfortunately don't have any intel to research. That's too bad. But let's do the autopsies first, because we can get a couple of nice buildings out of them.
Once we've made progress, I'll send word.
For instance, with the turrets we can get a defense system, and in case our UFO is shot down again, we will have a couple of turrets defending our UFO. We now
These
need
findings
intel.
will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
So here,
Advent doesn't
defense
seem to have
metrics.
any issues stationing
You probably
completely
won't need it
autonomous
often,
weapons
but
in
when you
close
need it,
proximity
it's
to the
really,
main
really
partner
nice.
cities. Really shows you how much they care.
So
I am intrigued by the
let's
idea that despite the Codex's best efforts to resist our intrusion into
go with the
Advent
defense
network,
metrics here.
we somehow came away with a set of
And
coordinates
also, since we
leading
have
to an
so much
otherwise uninhabited region.
supplies left
The
over,
aliens certainly keep us on the move.
I want to buy all of the remaining items from the Guerrilla Tactics School, which is a nice plus 10 aim for our specialists, a nice 10% flat crit for our snipers. Vengeance is also okay, but we don't get hit, so probably not really worthwhile. And that's okay for mobility purpose at the beginning. So we now got all of our upgrades, which is fine. If we want to build something, let us shortly take a look here. So from a weapon perspective, I would want to go with the Psi-Ops first. It doesn't cost us any intel, so let's go for it. And also the beam pistol for the offhand shots of our sniper. Blades are irrelevant at this moment in time. Last but not least, let's look at the proving grounds. I'm not sure if we do have any fundamental projects here. That one is still, all of these are already the existing ones. We have enough cores. I want to get a little bit more ammunition because I want to see if we can get tracer rounds. They are not bad either. Oh, look at that. I'm speaking about them and we got tracer rounds. Venom rounds. Dragon rounds. Another Talon round. And there we go. I don't need more than 2 tracer rounds. But yeah, that was something that we might want to take as well for additional accuracy.
Strategic resource located.
So, lots of Elerium and more alien
I am
alloys.
sure you will find the results to be as intriguing as I do, Commander.
And we now got finally the Gremlin Mark III, which is another add-on for our
There was
hacking.
no pilot to be found once we pried it open.
This
Let's go with the Gatekeeper next.
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander. What can I do for you, Commander?
Gremlin Mark III, that's definitely worth an upgrade. And that will help us with all of our hacking attempts. Healing also increases. Comet Protocol if we would have it. And there's the intel that we need. Game realizes we were low on intel, so it now finally throws some intel at us. So, increases all intel costs by 100, that would be unpleasant. 13. Supplies and retaliation mission. We don't care about the retaliation mission really. And there's another 102 intel hidden event ongoing. Let us shortly take a look. So that would mean increases all intel costs by 100, which effectively would double all of the costs for first contacts. This here would give us a lot of intel, but yeah, probably this one is better. So we are up against 13. Shield Bearer doesn't matter, Andromedan does matter, Gatekeeper Codex, so these 3 are difficult. Officer doesn't matter, Lancer doesn't matter, Heavy Mech and Elite Trooper. But yeah, the 3 here, Codex and Gatekeepers. And we need to hack a hidden resistance computer. That's what we are going to do.
Course for Mexico.
13. let us remove the colonels. So that's what's left of our initial team. We still have a lightly wounded Imperator. And we currently have one Ranger, one Specialist, one Sniper. I would want to take at least one Grenadier. So yeah, she got her first mission, I suppose. JC Phoenix is the second Ranger, would make a nice addition here. And I don't want to go for a third Ranger. The question is really, do we want to have just another Sharpshooter, or do we want to go with 2 Specialists? Let's take a look at our colonels. We do have a Specialist, Sharpshooter, Grenadier. We do have 3 Grenadiers here, 2 Sharpshooter, 1 Ranger, Psi Operative, and 1 Specialist. So we are missing Specialists at the higher ranks, which also explains that this is going to be now our new team. Let's make the utility items available. I'm thinking about, we only need 1 medic and he is covering fire, but he doesn't have Guardian so far. His hacking skill is also lower, so still Rusticated will be our hacker. But I'm thinking about using tracer rounds here just to increase the aim and make sure that we have decent damage on Velius with his weapon upgrades. %10 instant kill chance. And 2 damage per hit, that makes sense. So yeah, he's more the combat-oriented version of a specialist then. She's fine, his loadout was fine as well. We need to give Corporal Hill maybe a little bit more. She only has Shredder, she doesn't have the grenade upgrades so far. Instead of the expanded magazine, let's give her the advanced autoloader. The stock is okay, but I would want to go for a little bit more aim though, because her aim was already bad. As you can see, I'm not using the best weapon upgrades here because these guys, I don't want to switch it afterwards, so I'm giving them reasonable weapon upgrades. She doesn't even have a PCS, so yeah. Good. Let's give her grenades. 2 grenades to remove cover should be fine. And I'm thinking about 1 gas bomb. Also, let's give her a beacon. With regards to JC Phoenix, We have a couple of good options here. I'm thinking about AP rounds because we will find the gatekeepers. And we would have 4 or 5 beacons, which is more than enough, I suppose. So yeah, let's launch the mission. It's not the A-team, so the mission might be a little bit more difficult, but I'm still confident that we can do it.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
A team of resistance scouts located and exposed.
Alright, welcome to Operation Laughing Jester. We are in the end game. Got a couple of colonels already sitting at our bench, and we are just using more lower rank soldiers, I suppose, to level them up.